Leandro Andrade was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 50 years for stealing $153 worth of videotapes from Kmart stores in San Bernardino, California.
Life is not a baseball game. 3 strikes is Brian James.
Gary Ewing was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison with no possibility of parole for 25 years for stealing 3 golf clubs worth $1,200 from a pro shop in Los Angeles.
Life is not a baseball game. 3 strikes is Brian James.
The bottom line of Ewing and Andrade is that 5 of 9 Supreme Court justices are unwilling to find virtually any sentence to be cruel and unusual punishment. Had one justice gone the other way, Andrade and Ewing would be out on the streets by now. Andrade's already served 7 years in prison for stealing these videotapes. Now, because of the Supreme Court decision, Andrade has to go for 43 more years before he's even eligible for parole.
Under the 3-strike law for $15 worth of cocaine. Shame on you, California, when you fuss about a welfare mother getting a check to feed her children and you spend billions on prison.
Yeah! Education, not incarceration. Yeah. Education, not incarceration.
My son is a good person. He only has an addiction. He hasn't hurt anybody. We ask that you please help us to amend this law. Thank you.
3 strikes was put into effect March 7, 1994 by an urgency legislation. Then it was solidified by putting it on the ballot as Proposition 184.
We get calls all the time in the office. People are wondering what's going on. My loved one just went to court and they told him that they're facing 25 years to life over a drug possession. And they're saying, can they do that? And we're saying, yes, they can.
I can only tell people to learn the laws, because you can think, I hear people all day, people I see, and I'll be wanting to tell them, because they can't do that. Oh man, they can't do it. I mean, I'm telling you, they can't. They'll argue with you. And I say, okay, let them do it to you then.
I've gone to trial on cases that involved small amounts of merchandise stolen from stores, and the people are facing 25 to life for 15 and 20-year-old priors, even juvenile priors.
And then you'll say, oh, but it's too late.
It's really scary, you know. A lot of people, if they've done something that they thought had gone away a long time ago as a juvenile, they've gone back into people's records 20 and 30 years and brought up stuff that people thought was long gone.
There are some people who have said that 25 years is so much they've committed suicide. And there's numerous news articles describing people who have committed suicide. In Orange County, during the trial of a third striker, there was a person out on the balcony, and he jumped from the balcony of the courthouse to his death. And I mean, there's on and on. There was another, a possible third striker and his girlfriend committed double suicide when it was revealed that he could be facing 25 years to life. That's the enormity of 25 years to life. It's not a small chunk.
When I told my newspaper, The Guardian, about it, they initially didn't believe that people were being punished so severely. They thought it was medieval. And when we ran stories about it, in fact, we had it on the front page, a story that maybe was on page 6 or 7 in Californian newspapers was on the front page in The Guardian, because I think our news desk saw it as similar to, say, a Saudi Arabian amputation for a theft offence. It was seen as that uncivilized and that barbaric and that medieval, and that was the interest for us.
I mean, there are probably some people that would have chosen, if they'd gotten the chance between 25 years versus losing an arm or a leg, would have chosen to give up the arm or the leg. And obviously we wouldn't want that to happen. We consider that torture, and we don't allow that type of penalty. Yet 25 years is probably even more serious than even losing a limb.
My name is Al McGarren.
Quiet.
You have to excuse me. My boy is doing time for, under the 3-strike law for $15 worth of cocaine. I know in my heart, if the judge would have said to him, young man, if you come back again, you will be facing the 3-strike law. That would have been too good for him to say. Instead, he said to my son, you had a felony from 1985 that was broke down into 2 strikes, and when they arrested him the last time, that was the 3rd strike. He had not been arrested on a felony since '85. My son at the time of his arrest was 37 years old with a daughter and a grandchild. Something has to be done.
Right.
Yeah. I feel in my heart, if my son would have committed a murder, bodily harm to anybody, then I wouldn't be standing here today. My son deserved a chance in the society in which he lives. I'm here today, and I hope my son knows that we're all here trying to do something about this unjust law. Thank you.
So you got to join facts. You got to help us in this effort to overturn this law. Get a flyer. Take them to your friends. Call the office. Come to our meetings on Monday night, 7 o'clock. Let's get in the struggle and let's overturn this law.
Shame on you when you tell our little girls and our little boys, I would rather sentence your daddy to life than to sentence him to a drug aversion program. Shame on you, California. When you fuss about a welfare mother getting a check to feed her children and you spend billions on prisons. Family values.